Well, howdy, folks. I'm back. I've had some technical difficulties of late that have killed a few of my recent podcast recordings, but I haven't given up. So I'm finally back with a new episode. I'm going to try out some new formatting with this one. I'm with my friend Steve to talk about the Lions, but it had been so long since I talked with him that I wanted to catch up on other things as well. So we broke the rules a little bit about ending the podcast when I die, and we just talked as long as we wanted to. Hope that doesn't kill the vibe for everyone. Also, I'm going to stop breaking the episode in 20-ish minute chunks to repost. Instead, I'm going to work on making a highlight reel episode to go along with the long podcast episode. That way, if you want the laughs, you can check that one out and not have to wade through all the other junk. Let me know what you think of these changes in the comments. Comments are a great way to let me know if I'm heading in the right direction with the show, but they also help the algorithm know to show the show to new people. Okay, enjoy my conversation with Steve about restoring the roar in the Detroit Lions.
Hi, Internet.
Well, you're definitely being heard by the internet now. So, welcome, Steve, to the internet.
Thank you for having me, Internet.
Have you ever been on the internet before?
Not in this
Not
capacity.
like this?
Nothing like this.
Okay. Oh, hello! Oh, I love having dogs on the show. Hello! Hey, what's this dog's name?
Fitz.
Fitz? It's a boy?
Fitz, yeah.
That's a handsome dog. Oh my goodness, I would love to hang out with him.
Yeah. He's more human than dog.
You can hang out
3.
in the show. Talk about the Lions with us.
You have like 6 applications running
I
at
have
once.
like a lot of things going on at once here, yeah.
I mean, I could get probably Dave to watch us.
Some people, sometimes I do have like my relatives show up and stop by to see the show. I swear, Steve, I'm usually more buttoned up than this, but today it's a little messy. But it's on purpose, like I said, because the last 2 episodes I had friends on and the audio was wrong or the video was wrong in some way, and I just want to make sure we get things right today. So, can you see this box with this game on it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. So we're live, and the audio is good. We're streaming in all locations. And I'm going to put the chat over here so I can see it. I got a second screen specifically for today, too. That's the first time I've done that. It's pretty exciting. So, to bring everything back, this is Dungeon Crawl Talk Soup. We're going to be playing Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Steve, I don't know if you know this, but in this game, every year they put out a new iteration of this game. They changed the bad guys around a little bit and move things around, and then set up a new tournament every year in January where all the best players of this game get online and play against each other and try to earn points in various ways to try to make it up the leaderboards and be the best tournament player in the world. But I suck at this game, and I've never.
Do you aspire to win that tournament?
I've never won, and I'm definitely not going to win the tournament. But I could bring up the stats right now and show you how I'm doing in the tournament.
Step by step, anyone can be a champion.
Yeah, exactly. Your practice makes perfect, you know. Oh, so there's another guy that streams. His name's Wizard Ike, and he streams this game, and he actually does a really good job of it. And he also does a good job of like focusing on actually playing the game. Whereas I do a lot more meandering and looking at things on the internet while I'm streaming. And okay, so here's the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup tournament. You can see this, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the list of... Oh, he's in first place right now, Wizard Ike. So he's the best. He's a streamer of the game, and he's currently winning the tournament. And so you could go see,
Incredible.
You can go over to his Twitch right now and probably watch that. I recommend watching our stream. It's much more interesting. But here's me. There's me, 548th place out of 1,225. But the other day I did have a really pretty good score. I scored 167,000. To be clear, there are winning games where players like, Wizard Ike has scored a game where he scored
167,000 seems like a lot of points.
Seems like a lot of points, but when you win, you score like 1.7 million. Or this time he scored 16 million. So I'm not quite there, but I did score just about as much as he did in this game right here where he lost. So, I got some things going for me. I'm working my way up. And so the tournament is ongoing right now. So the games that we'll play today, the first game we'll play is not in the tournament. And typically, in previous versions of this podcast, when I died, we would just like stop talking and I would like hang up. But we're gonna X that rule out a little bit today because of the tournament and because I definitely want to hang out with you. So the first part of it is we're gonna stay. We're going to hang out and chat for 30, 45 minutes or whatever we want to do, just chit-chatting about whatever, catching up on life. And then we're going to switch into Steve's chosen topic of the day. And that chosen topic of the day is typically something where it's something that this person really wants to talk about, but doesn't have anybody in their life that desperately wants to talk to them about it as much as they want to. And I'm here for you for that, Steve. I'm here for you to talk about your thing that you just don't get to talk about all that much. And it might be a little bit different today, but usually that's what the topic is that people choose. And usually it's possible that the podcast episode will end within 5 to 10 minutes if I die, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to have our full conversation. But if we get to the topic and then I die, that's the point at which I will stop us talking about that topic. And we will be banned from talking about that topic any longer.
Okay,
cool. But I want to know if you saw the... Okay, so I'm done with all my intro shit now. So that's over.
okay.
So Steve and I know each other because we were college roommates. And we were college roommates for 3 years?
That is correct.
Yeah.
3 incredible years.
3 incredible years. And then Steve went on to go to his master's program, and I finished up at K. So he managed to graduate from K in 3 years, sort of technically. And that's incredible. But but you've been all over the world since then, and we haven't had a lot of time where we've been in the same place. I don't know if have we ever lived in the same like vicinity since then? Since we graduated?
No.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
We should not do that.
Super dumb.
That's. But you're in Ann Arbor now.
I am in Ann Arbor, but you're in Brooklyn now.
Yeah. You should try Brooklyn. It's pretty great.
You should try Ann Arbor. It's pretty.
Oh,
great.
that's true. I do like Ann Arbor though. So did you hear the news today? The Michigan news. That's what I want to start with. Did you? Just came out in the last hour.
About Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother and my wife told me about it. They're my 2 sources of Michigan information.
They're just all over you about that. So the 3 of you went to the national championship game.
We did together.
Did anybody else go on the trip with you, or just the 3 of you?
We met with a bunch of my wife's friends from college. They all went to Michigan. It was about 20 people.
Holy moly!
And
wait, but you met there? You didn't like go together?
No, we all met in Houston.
Okay, yeah.
But we flew to San Antonio and then drove to Houston.
Oh, why?
Because it was cheaper. It was cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Was it fun road tripping across? How long of a road trip is that?
I mean, I drove like very fast across the state of Texas, so I don't remember it. It was totally a blur leading up to the game. And then once we were there, it was like tornado warnings and...
Heard. Was that scary?
It wasn't. Because we were at this big tailgate, and it was in this huge structure that seemed very safe. So I was like, if there's a tornado, we're in this crazy giant stadium building.
Yeah, totally.
So we're probably in the safest spot you can be.
Not a lot of glass in there.
And then the game just flew by. I sat next to a nice old gentleman he said he'd been rooting for this day for 50 years, and every play he would hug me.
Oh,
I've never met him before.
That's
He wouldn't hug his wife, but he hugged me.
Oh my god, he was with his wife, but he was ignoring her, and he was paying all of his attention to you. Young whippersnapper.
So it was tight, but it was fun. We were in the upper deck.
Was there were there Washington fans nearby you in either direction?
Not at all.
So it was kind of segregated.
It was all Michigan fans. Yeah, it was like 70-30 in the stadium.
Oh, really?
Michigan to Washington, but the Washington fans were nice. They weren't like assholes or anything.
Yeah,
but
I suspected as much. They were happy to be
but
there.
they didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. Give me your overall assessment of your feelings towards Harbaugh and his choice today. So today we just got news that Jim Harbaugh
It's pretty
is leaving
fresh
for
news.
the Chargers. Yeah, very fresh. So he's leaving for the Chargers, and they haven't even announced like a new head coach or anything yet. What do you feel? Are you surprised? Are you concerned? Tell me all about your feelings. Actually, before you do, Steve, why don't you give me you can see the game right now, right? Or did I not reshare that?
Yeah, I can see the game.
Yeah, so I need you to pick randomly based on your gut feeling of which one of these I'm gonna win with, which character I should be playing as.
Octopode.
Octopode. Everybody picks the Octopode. It's pretty incredible. Everybody picks the Octopode.
But you don't win. You don't win with Octopode.
I don't win with Octopode, but everybody loves the Octopode, so we're gonna go Octopode for sure. I'll be Octopode. Okay, and then I'll do. Should we set everything on fire, or should we throw dirt at everything, or hit things with a magic missile? One of these three.
What's Conjurer?
Conjurer does like spells and stuff. It's magic, but it's no specific type of magic. It like conjures like balls of magic or like, yeah.
I think I would go with fire.
Fire. Let's do the fire. Fire octopus. Oh, it's blue.
Like kind of opposite of an octopus.
Yeah. He's blue.
Who would guess an octopus would be throwing fire?
I wouldn't have expected an octopus to be throwing fire, nor would I expect it to be blue while doing so.
Because octopuses are usually underwater, so I don't know how that would work.
So we've got this spell called Foxfire, and he just conjures up these two balls of fire, and they jump at whatever we see. So that's the only way he'll survive. But honestly, if we run into the wrong thing right off the bat, we'll die. So we'll have to see. But you don't have to worry about that. So how do you feel about... So you're going to say, how do you feel about Harbaugh leaving?
I think it's a bit of a surprise. He lives down the street from us.
Oh, really?
And, well, closer to my brother's house. And we've seen him, like, build houses and stuff over the last 3 years for his whole family. And, his dad is there, and I don't know how many kids he has, but at this point, but it just felt like he was really settling down in Ann Arbor, but I guess we were wrong.
His daughter goes to high school or something, or is she in school right now?
Yeah. Yep. Her daughter goes to the
Pioneer
local high school. No, she goes to the Catholic school, I think.
Okay. Yeah, he could have, if he had stuck around, he could have got a statue. I mean, he probably might still be able to get a statue, though. I always think about things in those terms of like, yeah, of course he can go to the NFL and like coach the Chargers or whatever, and maybe he'll win a Super Bowl, but the Chargers aren't going to build a statue for him. And like, there's certain times when you're doing so well in your job that you could have had a statue built for you, and you chose instead to pursue money or pursue some other thing. And that's why you decide, and that's why you don't end up being legendary. Like, some people end up being legendary because they stuck around, just like the, if you stay, you'll be champions, like motto, right?
Yeah.
That said,
So he broke that code.
He let that go, yeah. That said, I have reasons why I'm not that concerned. Why I'm not, it's not surprising, I guess. For one, like, the NCAA had it out for him.
Yeah, he was going to get busted again.
Yeah, they don't like him, and they want him out. And I also think that the transfer portal and NIL stuff is going to get worse starting this year in a way that I think that he was looking at and being like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. This whole thing is a mess. I'm not. And why not go out on top while I can? Because the ability to go on and be successful in this world with NIL and the stuff is just not worth it. And on top of
Yeah,
that, the
there's very
NCAA like
little.
cheating and trying to throw Michigan under the bus is just like, yeah, it's not worth it. So yeah, my opinion was he's making the choice um, not based on like, oh, he so desperately wants to go to the NFL, but more that he's just like, I don't have time for this shit anymore.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he has it pretty good here, but he's also wants to win a Super Bowl. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So then the other reason is we have a proven coach, just ready to be. If I was the AD at Michigan, I would be putting out a press release by the end of the night tonight, announcing Sharon Moore as the coach. What do you think of that?
I think it makes sense. Michigan doesn't move that fast, but as an employee of the University of Michigan, I'd be surprised if they did that, but they should.
They should.
I
The
mean,
guy's the guy.
he's been kind of, yeah. As my brother said, there's no other person.
He's undefeated as coach of already, and he's beaten Ohio State already. I mean, that's the guy. You gotta hire the guy. He deserves a lot of money, and if he wants to be coach, he should do it. One of the biggest problems is I'm telling you though, I think that things are out to be pretty rough for Michigan going forward because I think the NIL stuff and transfer portal is a mess, and it's really not built for an upstanding, above board program like Michigan. I know I'm saying that despite the fact that they've had two major challenges with the scandals in the last year.
That didn't have to do with players, really.
Right. I just think that it's gonna be challenging for them to like play in this new version of the universe, and
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We're hoping for still a fun next season.
yeah, I think it should be good. Oh man, so many losses of great players though. I hope that guy Orgy is really good. He seems like they gave him some good opportunities. I hope he gets to play.
Are you a big JJ McCarthy fan?
Yeah, totally. He was so good. He's so wholesome, and I love his like Zen like attitude and stuff.
See, you got engaged?
No, I saw him kiss his girlfriend at the game though, but no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he proposed.
Like at the stadium?
And she said yes.
Good for her. Good. That's a smart girl. I think he's a good kid, yeah. And he's gonna go first round, is what Mel Kiper says. So I'm a bit surprised by that. I'd be amazed if he goes on to have a good NFL career, but who knows? I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Same.
Blake is gonna be great though, but running backs don't seem to have much of an NFL career anymore, anyway.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
We know nothing. We're not NFL scouts. That's why
Only the
we're here to
internet
talk
knows
about.
the answer to
That's
that
right.
question.
That's why we're here to talk about the Lions at length. How's Dave? How's he doing?
He is living the Michigan fanatic dream of being close to the stadium, keeping a track on all the teams, and getting his kids to like sing the fight song every day.
Does he go to the basketball games too? Is he
yeah, he hasn't. We go a few times. I mean, the basketball team sucks right now, but I went to a game 2 weeks ago. Try to go to. He goes to some of the other stuff like volleyball games, which are like $2.
That's got to be a blast.
Gymnastics meets because his wife Holden is gymnast.
But she's not on the gymnastics team, to be clear.
No. She was a cheerleader at U of M, though.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that. Oh, shoot.
And Britt was a figure skater for U of M.
Wow.
So
I didn't even know there was a figure skating team.
ice dancing, actually.
Oh,
She
that's
was in the
pretty
ice dancing
cool.
team.
That's cool. I
So,
should learn how to ice dance. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list.
can you ice skate?
I can ice skate. I've played a lot of hockey in my day. I
Hmm.
think I could still ice skate. My ankles might literally tear apart if I tried to get into ice skates, though. But
Yeah.
no, we have ice rinks in the city, and sometimes I've gone ice skating with the kids.
They skate on their own yet?
No, but I should take them. That's a good. That's
Do
one
they
thing we
use
haven't
the
done this winter yet.
box
Is
skating?
yeah, they do the box skating. Yeah, we haven't done that yet this year. I'm gonna take them over to the ice rink this weekend probably. But it hasn't really been cold enough until this week.
Yeah.
We only got just a little bit of snow for the first time in a year and a half. Like,
Ugh.
I don't think we had snow since 2021, actually, so it must be like 3 years that we haven't had snow in New York. So, got like half an inch recently, and the kids were just like blown away. They were like so excited. We had been internally in our house having a fight over what season we like the most, and I was like, well, everybody likes fall the most, I think. Although the kids were saying, we like winter the most. Oh, we like winter the most because there's snow and you get to play and like, and you get to like make snowmen and snow angels and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, when's the last time you did that? Second,
They've watched TV shows with
right,
that?
exactly. You've watched TV shows where that's happened. That's not something you're doing all the time. Second, like you're forgetting all the other miserable parts about winter. Like the fact that the snow is nice for like a day until it turns into like brown slush and nobody can like stand it. And then like
Right now, we're in that stage right now, but here in Ann Arbor.
yeah, it's like you get
Last week it was awesome. This week it's like sloppy.
yeah, it's gross. Ugh. I'm so sick of winter. I'm absolutely done with winter comparatively. But it's mostly because the rest of the family is like, no, we love it. So I'm just been like really down on it just to be a Grinch about it. And just to be like every time it's like wicked cold out, and Andy is like, oh, I'm so cold. I'm so cold. My fingers are freezing. I'm like, well, you said you like winter the most, so this is the season you get to live in now. And he's like, well, I take it back. I like fall the most now. But now I have to be very careful because Jess insists that if I am gonna complain all winter about it being cold, then I'm not allowed to complain about it being hot during the summer. So I have to be very. So I have to.
I like the way Jess
Yeah,
thinks.
yeah. You gotta choose one. Then I'm gonna choose not complaining over it being hot, and I think that's the way that I decided to be. I've decided to be that type of person. I'm not gonna be like a snow bunny or something and move south in the winter or something, but. Meanwhile, it's like 59 degrees in the room that I'm sitting in right now because Jess won't let me turn on the heaters. It's constantly very cold in here. We're constantly fighting over whether or not I'm allowed to turn the heater on to like 61.
Well, we live in an old house here that is pretty drafty, so it's historic though, so that's
Well, I can't do
nice.
anything with it then.
We might. We're trying to. We're gonna do a renovation on it.
Get it approved. You'll be fine.
That
Manifest
is
it,
my
dude. You
goal for
manifest that. That's the
winter.
next thing to manifest is.
That is true. That I am trying to manifest that.
Okay. You wanted to talk. Do you have anything else we want to catch up on, or before we talk Lions? Because we could obviously talk Lions.
I don't, but if you do.
No, I don't know. But I miss you, and I think we should hang out. I don't know how to make that happen because it's difficult.
Do you have any more do you do any Michigan alumni stuff?
So about a month ago, some dude from the School of Information came to New York and we had a meeting.
What program were you in?
I was in MADS, the Applied Data Science degree, Master's of Applied Data Science, and it's in the School of Information.
Yep.
And a dude from School of Information came to New York and was like, hey, we're trying to figure out how we can, coordinate alumni from MADS and School of Information to get together more often in New York. Would
Hmm.
you go to events? Would you like go to happy hours or whatever? Would you do this or that? Like if we invited you to stuff, would you show up? And he was like, can I get you to be an ambassador for the MADS program in New York? And like I would, and I was happy to do so, yeah. And then like 2 weeks later, after this was like that was like 3 or 4 months ago. Like 2 weeks after he had swung through, he was like, "Hey, tomorrow we have this thing, for where like the president of the School of Information is coming through. So can you like show up to this thing and like cheer them on in their like panel talk or whatever?" And I was like, I'm like tomorrow is too short of notice for a father of two. Like I
Yeah.
can't just like be a place. Um, so I think I blew it on my ability to be like a bastard. I'm sure he'll come back out of the woodwork, but I would really like to be a part of the School of Information community because I don't have, I don't really have a good community of fellow alumni here. So like when I would go to the
Mhm.
bar to try to watch the Michigan games, which is hard enough because it's like they're very packed. Um,
Yeah.
but like I don't know anybody, so I'm just like
Hmm.
there by myself, and like standing room only, like watching the game and being like cheering and like talking to the other random dude that is there by themselves. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I really wish I had some friends to do this with. But so that was a long way of saying no. I would like
That's
to
all
though.
right.
I
I
would like
just
to.
wondering.
I'm working my way up to it. Can this
Nice.
octopus wear a helmet? No, sadly. Octopus can wear
That
eight.
helmet
Can
just.
octopus can wear 8 rings? I don't know if you noticed this, but he has a blue axe also.
How old is this game? How like is
That's a
this
great
like a
question. This
new
game
game?
came out in originally first time it ever existed was 1994, I think. Let me look that up for you. Um,
That tracks.
and then but like I said, they put out new versions of it. Oh, 1997 was the first year that it existed. But then sometime in 2006, it went from being like one person creating it to being like an open source like creation, and like everybody can participate in the development of
It
it.
is giving me like Super Soccer vibes.
Oh yeah, dude. I was thinking you were gonna want to talk about Super Soccer. I almost thought that I had a list of things I thought you were gonna bring as your topic, and Super Soccer was on there.
I could talk about Super Soccer. That's fine. I just haven't played it in years, so I don't even know if it even exists
Well,
anymore.
what was the trick to it? Also, what countries did we play as?
It was about getting to like a specific spot on the
There's like a very, very
half field
specific
line,
spot you had to be at, and then if you were there,
and you
you were
could
gonna
shoot from
score.
there to go in every time.
I thought it was like just inside the 16-yard box that you'd have to be, but you're saying that you would have to be just inside the
I think
halfway
it was
line.
yeah, it was somewhere between 16 and a half. But
And you just blast
and you
it from
didn't bend it
distance.
or anything. You just hit it straight in.
Just blast it past the goalie. No bending it. Um, uh,
Do those games still exist? Can people still play those?
Super Soccer. So there's like
Yeah.
emulators and stuff. People could do it. I bet there's somebody that's like done like a speed run of Super Soccer. Hold on, now I'm gonna look that up.
Is there anybody doing a podcast with that game?
That's a great question, but I should do that if it's next. But I would be too pissed at it. Again, I suck at video games, so it's weird for me to be deciding to do streaming because I genuinely suck at video games. And Steve has brought up a game in which you and Taylor would consistently beat me, even if we would play it all the time.
This is the only game I would beat anyone at.
Yeah, you would be playing it
That's
though.
why I like
I
it.
do remember that you would practice. Is it international Super
There's the one
Soccer?
time in my life that I was like, I would say addicted to a video game.
You were so addicted. You would be like sneaking into Taylor's place to try to figure out how to play it with. Was it on Super Nintendo?
Uh, yes, I
Okay,
think
wait, I
so.
got you. Hold on. We're gonna look at this. Oh, yes, hell yeah. Okay, wait, is this it? Hold on. I'm gonna bring you. Hey, internet, you can just like deal with the fact that we're gonna watch some videos of international super soccer for a little while. Let me share this. Is this it? Okay. Can you see this?
International Superstar Soccer.
Is this it?
I don't think this is it.
This feels like something different.
This is not it.
This
close. I mean,
is this better
I've played
resolution than
games
what we
like this.
played, or worse?
It was not. It was not in this orientation. It was
north south for
overhead
sure.
view.
Okay, let's see if there's a different.
It was more 2D.
It's more 2D.
This is
than
too high end.
But it was SNES. Super Soccer.
It might have been Nintendo. I don't know.
I don't know how to spell soccer. Super Soccer 91. Could it be this? This looks familiar. Let's just go to YouTube and see if there's videos of it.
It's just Super Soccer's SNES.
Oh, okay. Super Soccer SNES. This looks familiar.
It's where the ball would come up in the air and then you just see it just playing and then that would just slowly go.
Is this it? Can you see it or
You
no?
can do nothing about it.
Can you see it or
I can't.
Oh, did I close the tab?
Yeah.
Hold on. There. Can you see this?
There was some. Yeah, this is Super Soccer.
Let's go Germany. Which team would you play as?
I don't know.
You
Probably like
I
Argentina.
know I would always be the Netherlands.
Ooh, look at that tackle.
Pull the shoulder throw. This guy's gonna blast it from distance.
A lot of button smashing probably was happening. This looks like Germany, Belgium. But...
This guy's going in. He's in on goal. It's an easy goal. I don't remember ever aiming goal. Henry!
Yeah, this is like this is my peak video game.
Uruguay.
I like that their highlights change teams. It's like, oh, let's check this one out.
There was like some way that you could like take the kickoff and just like go straight down the field and immediately score. Let's see. This is the most replayed part right here. So let's see this part. Oh, Argentina. That's who one of you was. One of you was always Argentina, and the other one was always Germany. Messi.
This was pre-Messi, so
Seeing goal. Not scared. Oh shit! Whoa, they bent it! Hit the post. Okay, I'm done with this.
so yes, that is it.
That game was great. But we used to... What else would we get obsessed with?
NBA Jam or NFL Blitz.
NFL Blitz.
We played a lot of NFL Blitz.
MLB 06.
At,
I remember playing, and it's truly insane
at
amount
the
of
house.
MLB 06. Fusion Frenzy on the Xbox was also a big hit. Do you remember Fusion Frenzy?
I don't.
Do you remember watching Joe Millionaire with the gang over at the Level House?
Mobile.
At Rosanna's Level House.
I remember watching NFL Blitz a lot in that place.
We would also have like Trivial Pursuit night, right?
Probably.
I remember we would. That was the. Isn't that the nerdiest thing that series of college guys could do? Is have like a weekly standing Trivial Pursuit night. In retrospect, what's wrong with us?
That's pretty nerdy.
Very Kalamazoo. Very Kalamazoo College.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about the Lions. So, in our lifetimes, this is undeniably we're in the moment of the most successful Detroit Lions team in our lifetime. True or false?
True.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's been like any good story, it's been it feels like the right timing and cadence of like success, from misery to success. But it's just been like this slow kind of crawl ever since the 0-16 like season.
Which Dan Campbell's on that team.
Which, yeah, I realized that this year.
Uh-oh, we're almost dead.
And that was before Matt Stafford. But then after that, I just feel like I've been watching. Are you dead?
No, I survived just barely. That was a critically dangerous moment.
I feel like I've just been like the last 10 years I've been watching repeated like so close moments that never happened.
I have referred to it as innovations in losing. The Lions have consistently come up with new and innovative and ridiculous ways to lose football games throughout my lifetime. Every time you think they're going to go about losing, they couldn't possibly have come up with a new way to lose a game. But no, this week we're going to have them have their star wide receiver catch a touchdown in the back of the end zone. But nope, we've made up a new rule such that the way that he rolled over, he didn't actually catch the ball. Oh, no, okay, this week, okay, they couldn't possibly lose in a new way this week, except for this team is going to snap the ball after the end of the play, after the clock has reached all zeros, and then kick the longest field goal in the history of field goals to win the game. That's a new way to lose.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of other teams did some great things at the Lions. Dismay, I guess, true. Over the last 10 years. But yeah, I mean, and I feel like since I like moved to California, like 15 years ago, I was always been a Lions fan. More, outwardly in some scenarios. Like I would go to Lions games when they played in San Francisco and stuff. And it would be hard to be a fan then, but the people knew that I was going to say at the beginning of the season that they were going to win the Super Bowl, like no matter what.
You stuck in there, huh?
And funny thing is, like, this year was the first year where I didn't say it outwardly because I had a feeling.
Oh.
That I didn't need to say it.
You reverse manifested.
Like it already had been manifested.
You'd already manifested it, and so you stuck out of the way. You got out of the way of it.
So like I have some friends that are like pretty diehard like Eagles fans, and they're just really annoying.
Yeah. That would be Matt. Matt Rosanna, a huge Eagles fan.
So actually I saw Matt Rosanna at the Lions game.
Oh yeah. I remember. I was sending you guys messages to each other.
Like on my birthday.
That's right.
And yeah, that's when they were playing the Eagles.
That's right. That was a preseason game though, right?
Or was it was their first game of the season or something. Okay. September game. But yeah, I mean, ever since, I don't want to sound like a bandwagon fan, but I feel like I've been following them as closely as I could without killing myself over and over again. But since I moved back to the U.S., and living in Michigan again, it's apparent that something's different.
I think so you're saying you brought it. You brought the difference.
Well, Dave and I like to take credit for these things, but no, we didn't change the culture. I think someone else did.
Will say that this was the year, not this year. I think last year was the year I had to say goodbye to my Lions fandom for a while. Being a Lions fan for the last like 30 years has been I have an analogy that I like to use, but I'm gonna cut this part probably from the podcast. So it's just for you and me. But like when it's not fun, you know, and you're just like feeling awful about it all the time and they're not getting better, sticking around and continuing to watch that product is just not worth it. And it was really painful,
Yeah.
and it was hurting me on a weekly basis. And Jess would be like, you can't watch sports if you're going to be grumpy about it afterwards. Like, if they lose, you have to be happy because you got the chance to watch sports. I was like,
Yeah.
if that's the case, then I can't watch the Lions because they will make me grumpy afterwards, and I just can't handle it. And so I made a rule for myself that I wasn't going to watch them again until they were 2 games above 500. Like once they successfully were not just 500, but not just 1 game above 500, because you can do that on week 1 of the year, right? They needed to be 2 games above 500. Then I
So when did
will.
that start?
That happened very early this year. Oh, when did I start not watching?
Yeah.
I think in the 2020 season, the um, the COVID era. I was like,
Well,
I can't do this anymore.
when I was living in Spain, like I didn't have access to the games, but I could get the highlights. So I would be like, I would only watch the highlights. So I guess that was a reprieve from it.
Yeah, that's probably better. Just small doses of innovations and losing would be a much better way to live life. Jesus. Oh, he died. There it was. This character was destined to die from the get-go. I couldn't get any cool stuff. But yeah, this ice beast came up and killed us. I didn't get a single.
You die. That's how
It says
it
you
just
die.
says you die.
Sometimes the bad guy that kills you says something snarky at you when you die, but it was a ice beast. It doesn't have words that it can use. Ooh, I had a scroll of acquirement. That's a really good thing, but I couldn't get any cool.
So this is like your performance review?
This is my performance review. Yep, this was a mediocre performance for me.
62 beef otter.
It's beef butter.
Slain by an ice beast.
Yep, slain by an ice beast. Mangled by
That's
an ice
tragic.
beast, to be clear. But that was good. That was a fun one.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I've died to ice beast many times. Those octopods that's just too difficult. I'm bad at this game, and you chose one of the more difficult characters because you can't wear armor, and you can't you can't wear helmets or anything. So every time I got hit.
What's the benefit of being an octopus? Anything?
Oh yeah, well one of them is you get to wear 8 different rings, but I didn't find any rings in the entire time we were playing then. So if you find a lot of rings, the octopode can be really powerful, but no, it's generally a difficult thing to do. We're gonna do one of the easy ones. Choose one of the ones on the left over here. Oh wait, I have a better idea. I'll show you my current. Well, this is probably pretty dangerous, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you to my current tournament game. We'll do that now because we're an hour in, so we've wasted enough time chit-chatting about bullshit. This will be the one that if I die, it's over.
Okay.
But while I'm doing this, tell me about what your like top 5 favorite people on the Lions right now. What am I doing? Okay, so I'm gonna go.
Top 5 favorite people. I would say.
I was careful to use people.
Number 1.
Right? Not players.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, is he number 1? I think so.
He's hilarious, but he's also like, as a person who like believes in, like, I don't know how to say it, but like culture change and, like sticking to being authentic and, kind of just following through your beliefs with your actions. Yeah. I like his style, even though he's kind of a goofball.
No, I
would say
couldn't agree with you more on that. He's incredible. He also manifests, you know.
Yeah, he definitely follows that mantra. And then, like, I don't know, players wise, I like Sam Laporta.
Dude's
I think he
excellent.
does a lot of stuff.
Big rookie class. What an incredible rookie class from top to bottom.
I've come around with Goff. You know, I like the Goff t-shirts where he like looks like he's thugged out, but he's pretty much like Ken from Barbie.
Oh my god, that's so perfect. It's absolutely true. He is so Ken. It's so good.
I like that. I like Ragnow and Decker. Those two, they're like just like long-term lines guys that just are funny.
Absolutely. For me, it's Gibbs though. Jameer. I just love the way that he runs. He's such a I haven't seen running backs try to avoid getting tackled the way that he does in a long time. He feels very like so many running backs for the last like 10 years have just been like, I'm just gonna run at the guys in front of me and get as many yards as I can. But he like actively avoids getting hit, and I think that that's awesome. And he's evasive, as it would be the word for it. And yeah, I'm super into that dude.
Would you say Barry Sanders?
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that like he in the beginning of the year he was talking about how he is a huge like he looks at Barry Sanders as who he wants to try to be like as a player, and I'm like, yeah, then and he plays like it too. Other guys have said things like that and not actually been that type of runner, but he actually is. He actually tries to avoid getting hit, and I think he's fantastic. Okay, so I've got my new character up. Oh, can you see the screen?
Who'd you pick?
So this is a deep elf, and this deep elf is a summoner. So I bring all these buddies with me to help me fight the bad guy. So right now there are 3 wolves on the screen, but I have a wolf too, and his name is Inugami. That's my wolf. It's a mystical canine frequently bound into the service of wizards and sorcerers. Its eyes flicker with remarkable intelligence, but its bite is no less sharp than its wilder cousins. It's pretty cool. I got that, and I have a bat here with me. It's my buddy Bat, and I can summon all sorts of different animals and stuff. So I'm gonna summon a robot. Yep, there's a robot that I just summoned. It's over here. Oh, this wolf is too close to me. I don't like that. So now I'm gonna summon a mana viper. No, I'll summon the ice beast that just killed me in the other game. That's cool.
Oh, how ironic.
Yeah. It is ironic.
Or not ironic? I don't know.
It's
Is that
very
ironic?
ironic in the in the
In the Atlantis
Morissette way of being. And then what else?
You could say, like, isn't it ironic that an ice beast killed me?
And then now it's come to my service. And then I just summoned this hamster up here. It's a quokka, but it's a hamster. And now I'm gonna summon something.
This seems like a pretty busy fighting field here.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon a monstrous menagerie now. It's a little dangerous, but I'm gonna do that.
This kind of looks like a Lions lineup.
It looks like a football game happening now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit happening.
I think you're Goff.
Yeah, I'm Goff. I'm coordinating this. No, I'm more like Dan Campbell, and I'm bringing all the guys out here. What other guys can I summon to the fight? I can summon this mana viper. Yep, it's here now. This purple snake. Okay, so now I gotta run away.
Technically, I think you'd be more like Brad Campbell.
I'm choosing the guys to bring to the field. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is like you're drafting.
I'm drafting them to the team. That's right. But in coordination with Dan Campbell. Oh, that's right, because I also have an ancestor who I can't bring here right now because he got injured, but he'll be back soon. And he will fight alongside me as well. What other thing can I summon? I could.
So he's like a Laporta.
Yeah.
Injured, but
still will fight. Yeah, willing to fight. Okay, we killed off all the foxes. Now, I mean all the wolves. Now we have all these buddies.
That happened fast.
Yeah, because all my buddies were busy killing them while I was just standing around. Okay, there's my my buddy. This is my Dan Campbell, Dusana the Knight. And then Inugami can be
Is that blood? Is that
There's
blood on
blood
the
all over the
field?
place. Yeah, don't worry about the blood. It
And
happens.
guts? Are those guts?
It's guts. Yeah, it's blood and guts, but it's okay.
Yikes.
Sometimes you gotta, break a few eggs to make a pancake. Okay, so now see,
True.
I see a bad guy over there. So now I'm just gonna summon a bunch of random shit. Okay, we're just gonna summon a
Okay.
dog and a snake. No, that's an ice beast. Here's the snake and a bat. Nope, that's a rat. And a
You're doing 6-on-1?
yeah, why not? You know, can't trust it. You never know what's gonna happen. And then my buddies just follow me around now. So this guy's a lot more powerful than the last dude, the Noctopo.
Yeah, that looks way more powerful.
So did you go to any games besides that Eagles game? Was last year, dude. I'm almost sure of it.
Yes, it was last year. It was my 40th birthday. I went.
Because this year they played the Chiefs in the opening game of the season, and it was so
Well, they
close.
almost beat the Eagles on my birthday.
That's right.
And that was like the sign of the future.
That was the turning point.
Because I felt like they were in control of that game, but it was too early for them to learn how to win.
Mm-hmm. They needed Laporta and Jack Campbell in order to be winners.
Jack Campbell, really?
He's good. You don't think he's a cornerstone of the team?
I don't know. Did you watch the
Hard Knocks?
NFL Hard Knocks?
Yeah,
of
I love
Lions?
that. Yeah, that was
What
great.
was your favorite part?
I don't remember. Great question. What a wonderful question.
The dancing?
The dancing was pretty great. I liked that a lot, yeah. What did I love? But that was also last year. Because it was Hutch's.
Yeah, it was all
we
last
didn't
year.
even talk about Hutch yet. Dude, that guy's incredible.
He is. He's kind of like, he somehow manages to have an intense amount of energy for every single play.
Absolutely. He
gets held a lot.
He absolutely gets held an incredible amount. It feels like every single play.
When I watch the game with Dave, he pretty much yells out he was held
holding!
like every play.
That's holding! Every play. Holding! That's holding too!
Now his 3-year-old, my nephew, like yells out, "That was a flag!"
Now he's getting on the calling the plays action. Oh man. This thing we're fighting it's intense. But don't worry about it. I got these guys in control. I got so many buddies.
That is a large. I just noticed how big the world is on a map. I like that zoom out map on the right.
Yeah. This is the first level of a 5-level monster. Only monsters. No, not as many like people type characters or orcs and stuff. It's all a layer of beasts is what it's called. So this thing's fucking us up though. It's really trying to fight all my dudes. A Catoblepus. I would like to have a Catoblepus on my team. I wish I could summon him.
Did you see that they sold out within 10 minutes the watch party in Detroit?
Oh, they're having a watch party at Ford Field? It's sold
Yeah,
out
and they
in
sold
10
the stadium
minutes?
out in like 10 minutes.
Holy smokes. I mean, holy smokes. Can you imagine, like, they were saying to themselves, "Aw, dang, we don't have another home game." And they were like, well, we'll just do this watch party. And dang, they sold the thing out? That's not surprising. The Lions fans are hungry. Yo, do you think they have a chance against the Niners?
Yes. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I'm
trying not to like. I was pretty gung ho before the Tampa Bay game, and I was like outwardly telling people that I think they could win. But now I'm not really saying that, but I'm internally optimistic. So right now I'm telling the whole internet right now that I am optimistic that they could win the game.
I believe the Tampa Bay game I was not worried about. What was the first one?
The Rams.
The Rams I definitely worried about.
Yeah, I was more worried about the Rams. just the whole Stafford drama.
Yeah, exactly. The story was the plot armor was very strong there, and I was like, this is exactly how the Lions go about showing us a new innovation in losing. The main reason I can't get behind like saying that I think they're gonna win is because the only thing I haven't seen the Lions do is lose in the NFC Championship. So, so that's a new way to lose. So I mean, I guess I'm always watching out for new ways to lose. So I swear though,
Yeah.
here's the
I mean,
go on.
well, San Francisco is a challenging place to play, but it's not as challenging as it used to be in Candlestick, which is like pretty sketchy and kind of old school stadium. But like the new stadium in San Francisco is like super bougie, and I don't think actual fans go to those games, so
Oh,
I'm not too worried.
You're putting them on blast, dude.
I know
You're just
the fans.
destroying San
I live
Francisco
there.
right now, man. Wow.
Well, it's not even
Hear
San
that,
Francisco,
San
it's Santa
Francisco?
Clara.
All the internet that's watching from San Francisco, Steve just threw you under the bus.
It's Santa Clara Niners, really.
Yeah, oh, take
That's a
that.
very different
Take
place.
that, Niners. Just like they used to call them the Pontiac Lions.
You'll be hearing that on First Take tomorrow morning.
What a dig. What a dig. Oh my goodness. The game is dangerously soon. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm able to talk to you right now because my wife doesn't want to talk about this. So
Oh, that's
I can
awesome.
sit
So
here
wait, so she doesn't like, so she's not a big Lions fan, or?
No, I mean she's a big Michigan fan,
okay.
but she
So she'll talk Michigan football?
she grew up in the Upper Peninsula, and her dad is a Vikings fan.
Oh, okay. Phew. At least she's not a Packers fan.
So not a Packers fan, luckily. But she honestly doesn't really care. She spends all of her sports energy on Michigan football.
Okay. And that's all she can take.
So
after that, she's like,
right.
Get out of here with this. Go in the other room and talk to the wall.
Which I'm grateful for. I mean, that's I'm grateful for that.
Okay,
but,
here's what we're gonna do.
I understand.
Here's what we're gonna do, Steve. So I don't know if you know this, but this Sunday, this Saturday is the Royal Rumble as well. So Royal Rumble is on Saturday, and then on Sunday is the Lions game. You don't care about the Royal Rumble. I know, but what I've decided to do is have you read off. I asked ChatGPT a little while ago for 30 people that might be considered the greatest lion of all time.
Okay.
And so these lions, ex-lions, I think these are all ex-lions.
Okay.
So new lions could end up being the greatest of all time, but they won't be on this list. And then we can compare the winner of this against those. So they'll come down to the ring one at a time, just like in the Royal Rumble, and then you'll decide which one goes on to fight against the next one to see who's the best. All right.
In the game?
In the game we're playing as of right now, we're playing Detroit Lions Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Okay, and
got it.
And so I'm gonna name 2 Lions of the past, and you're gonna choose which one deserves to continue to be in the Royal Rumble, or which one gets thrown over the top rope.
Okay.
And
let's go.
It gave me the top 30, but it gave it kind of in order. So then I said, okay, now randomize the list and put it in a random order. So, here you go. You ready? So
I'm ready.
The first one to come down to the ring is Wayne Fonts.
Okay.
And he's up against Ndamukong Suh.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with Wayne Fonts.
Wayne Fonts is better for you, dude. That guy was such a pain in the
ass.
ass.
Yeah, I mean, he took them to those playoffs.
He did. But he played Scott
Did you
Mitchell
see
for
the Barry
far too
Sanders?
long.
Did you see the Barry Sanders documentary?
Bye Bye Barry. I watched like 20 minutes of it and then wandered off and haven't come back to it. Everybody says it's amazing, and my buddy watched it like 3 times in the last like 2 weeks. Have you watched it, the whole thing?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's cool to see him with his kids at the end.
Does Wayne spend a lot of time in it?
He's in it a little bit, but he's kind of kooky, but as he always was, I think.
Um, but is there any like what's the biggest moment? Is there any like revealing moment like in what's the magic?
Well, he says why he wanted to leave.
Because they sucked. I already know that. That's why I haven't watched it, because I'm like, I don't need to see this, because he's just gonna say because they suck, and I already knew that, so why would I watch him to say that? Is that not why? His body.
More or less. I don't want to give it away.
Oh, I should watch it. Okay, yeah, it's yeah, no spoilers here on this podcast.
All right, Wayne Fonts.
Okay, so Wayne Fonts is on. So Wayne Fonts now is against the next person. You ready? This is gonna get.
Because Dave, my brother had a Sue jersey. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That guy was a real troublemaker. There was a brief moment this year when they were when he was looking at coming back, and there was rumors that he was going to come back and be on Lions, because we had some defensive tackles get hurt or something. I think he would have been really helpful to the team, except for he probably was not the right cultural fit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Wayne Fonts against Jason Hansen.
I gotta go with Jason Hansen.
No
what
doubt.
a classic.
The leg. Gotta have that leg.
That guy kept me happy for
no doubt. He was the only thing to be happy about for a long time.
Something to be proud about, Jason Hansen.
I was always very proud of my man.
Over and over, Mr. Consistency.
Mr. Consistency, no doubt. Jason Hansen versus Brett Perriman. Oh, do you remember Brett Perriman? He was real young in our life.
I do. I gotta stick with Jason Hansen there. I think Brett Perriman was in the shadow of other greats.
In his time, he wasn't even the best of his time.
No.
But he was so solid, such a great slot receiver, like second receiver, and very reliable as well, admittedly.
Yeah. So is this going to be like? Could Jason Hansen just go and take down every single person?
He could run the table and make it through the whole thing. I doubt it. I doubt that will happen.
If Jason, if you're listening right now, this could be your chance.
You could go from the third person into the ring all the way to the end. Pull a
Stone Cold Steve
Austin.
A kicker would be talked about this much on a podcast.
I mean, I think it's entirely possible that a kicker would be the greatest Lion of all time. Because that's how bad they've been, but I'm tempted to skip this one because it's from before our time, but so should I skip the Lions that are from before our time?
I mean, I know the 80s and the 90s.
Okay, we'll skip this guy, and I'll put in a current Lion for this one. Hold on. How about Jason Hansen versus let's do the one of the top 10 current Lions. CJ Gardner-Johnson. You know,
I don't think
in the Royal Rumble, sometimes like a random like hilarious person will come out, like Snoop Dogg will come down to the ring to fight in the Royal Rumble, and then he'll get thrown over the top rope. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure CJ Gardner-Johnson could beat up Jason Hansen like physically in a Royal Rumble, but he hasn't been around long enough to prove his value, and I still will stick with Jason Hansen.
Jason Hansen continues on to the next round. Oops, I lost the. Oh, that's why. Okay, so are you? Just a second. Go back to the game. Okay. Okay, here you go. Now this is a big one. One of the big stars is coming down to the ring. This is like the Rock, Dwayne Johnson level Detroit Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Calvin Johnson, Megatron, versus Jason Hansen.
Oh boy, I gotta go, Megatron.
Yeah,
he takes down Jason Hansen because he was just a sheer specimen.
He's incredible.
Probably the best athlete to ever play for the Lions.
And he was so consistent, and he did not deserve the era that he was in. He deserves better.
He's a nice guy too.
Yeah. Awesome dude. And like I said, deserves better. And I also am thankful that he, went out the way that he did. Okay, here's one of my favorites of all time, and this is this battle needed to happen. This is really critical. Ready? Calvin Johnson versus Herman Moore.
Mm.
It had to happen, didn't it? It had to be this way.
It did. I mean, this is the best has got to beat the best, right?
Yeah. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Yeah. This is the only jersey I have, and it's the only Lions jersey I've ever owned is a Herman Moore jersey. So I gotta. This is that's me putting my my.
Sadly, the only jersey I've ever owned is a Matthew Stafford jersey.
Oh, what happened there? No, he was amazing. Yeah, of course he'll be coming.
He was amazing.
Soon. Yeah.
I honestly, from a memories point of view and just like a fandom point of view, I'd have to say Megatron.
I think this is the first time I think I would disagree. I mean, Megatron was a better player and a bigger star, but for literally the reason you said, for the memories of it, Herman Moore was the memories of it for me, and Megatron's era was just so frustrating. And also I will never forget. I mean, the first thing I think of when I think of Megatron is not winning or touchdowns or anything. It's the continuation rule. And I'm never gonna not have the continuation rule be the first thing I think about when I think about Calvin Johnson, and that will forever frustrate me. But it's your game, so Calvin Johnson.
No.
Yeah,
we can move Herman Moore on to the next.
No, it's too late. We've already moved Calvin Johnson on. And he's going up against another of the current players, because the next choice would have been Joe Schmidt, linebacker from well before our time. So we'll pick instead we'll get Aiden Hutchinson in there against Calvin Johnson. Do you think Aiden Hutchinson has a chance to be the greatest Lion of all time?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I think
bold.
so. I think
just straight up yes.
I mean, I think he definitely has the determination to do it. Hopefully he doesn't get too caught up in his own personal brand.
Oh, you think that could happen? I think he's got his head on right.
Yeah.
So which way are you going?
I gotta keep Megatron above Aiden at this point.
Here it goes then.
He's so young.
You ready for this? Here's the big one. You know it's coming. And here it is. The 10th combatant in the Lions Royal Rumble. Herman Moore versus Barry Sanders.
Gotta go Barry.
Yeah, Barry's the greatest of all
I mean,
time.
He's the greatest.
This is not gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do, because I think it'd be impossible for.
Barry's gonna kill the tournament.
Yeah, Barry's gonna kill the tournament, right? So here's what we're gonna do. Now, from now on, you're gonna go with how many players it takes to throw Barry Sanders out of the.
So Barry versus
everybody else
5
until
players,
you're like, yep, this is enough people. That.
Okay.
that if these people didn't exist, it wouldn't matter. I think he'll still win with all that's left. The next person down in the ring is Matt Stafford. So Barry Sanders, Matt Stafford. And we agree.
Definitely Barry over Matt.
Okay. So now Matt Stafford and Lomas Brown, offensive tackle Lomas Brown.
Okay, now we're talking, but no.
And Jeff Backus.
Jeff Backus. What was he?
He's an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Okay. And
there.
And 80s kicker Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray, nice.
Nice. Okay. Still Barry. And my dad's era running back, Billy Sims. Now that's an interesting one. People say he was really good. I never saw him play.
He was good. I mean, no,
okay.
Still, he got a nice team.
Got a nice team coming here, but here's 2 guys that will potentially rock the boat here. Ready? Chris Spielman.
Okay.
So adding Chris Spielman to these guys, okay? And then Robert Porcher. You remember Robert Porcher?
I think he's the guy who liked the turkey legs on Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's right. And then,
He was good. He's one of those guys who left because he was sick and tired of
yep, totally.
the Lions losing.
Okay, the rest of these dudes are hardly worth noticing. Although Dick Night Train Lane is awesome.
You don't have like Golden Tate on there, or
No Golden Tate. Grover Quinn, safety Grover Quinn. Cliff Averill, defensive end. Wayne Walker, linebacker I've never heard of. Okay, but what about this one? Mel Farr. You remember Mel Farr, the kick returner?
not really.
Oh man, I remember that guy. I was very into him. Jim Caldwell, the head coach. And Al Bubba Baker and Robert Sims leads out the top 30. So Barry Sanders would come in at number 9 and face a couple of challenges and just pretty much only Matt Stafford, but just basically run the table from there. And that makes sense. He was going to win no matter what.
That is true. I mean,
but I bet if you
I
had
think the whole team.
Okay, so here's the real question. What about? Let me rephrase this. That game didn't go well because Barry Sanders was going to win no matter what. But it's sort of like the way that Stone Cold Steve Austin would always win the. You knew as soon as he was going in, you knew he was going to win. What if it was Barry Sanders versus Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson? Like, which is more iconic Lions?
Yeah, it is. Oh, did you see what it said there on the screen? It said, "The wolf roars."
Oh, yeah, these
I
wolves.
still gotta go with Barry, I think.
Yeah.
I still remember watching Barry as a kid,
Yeah.
and I thought it was like such a spectacle.
It was magic. It was.
And like it was like a national thing. Like it was like everyone wanted to watch him.
I agree. It was like. It felt like an honor.
It wasn't just
It felt
traders.
like
It was like everyone
watching. I mean, he was like my hero as a kid, like, and like every other kid I knew, he was our hero. And he's just a sports guy, but we were like, oh my god, he's so fantastic. And also, I would like look up to the way that he would just be so cool, like so chill. Like all these other players, like Dion, would be like being all flashy and stuff, and Barry would score a touchdown and he'd just hand the ball over to the ref and walk back to the bench. It's like, dude, he's so cool. That's so adult. I want to be like him.
You should watch the movie.
No, that's the part I saw was that was like the other people talking about like how he was like, and then they did talk to him a little bit about like how he was so introverted. I saw the whole part with the draft and like how introverted he was and all that stuff. Okay. So you...
Are you surrounded?
No, I'm way back here in the back. This is me over here. My dudes are fighting these dudes over here. I love having all these dudes protecting me.
So you just sit there and
Just
do
let
nothing.
These dudes wail on him. But sometimes the dude breaks through and then I'm in trouble. See, like, there's a path for these bad guys to get through right now, and I don't like that. So I gotta summon more dudes. I gotta summon Ice Beast again. Yeah, look at all these dudes. So now we'll just stand here for a little bit and see what happens. Oh, my ancestor got killed, though. That's a lot of wolves, though, I'll admit. I don't have a lot of defenses now. Okay, we'll bring back a new manticore. Ooh, what's that thing? A sphinx? Cool. A fearsome hybrid with a woman's head, a lion's body, and wings of an eagle, able to cloud the minds of its foes and wield fell magics. That's fucking cool. Let's get a robot. Yeah. Robot's here. And we'll get a lightning spire. Well, Steve, this has been fantastic. Oh, you see how I have minus dog here? My canine familiar is recovering from its injuries and cannot be summoned for a short time. Dog. I'm gonna pull an imp. And what else? A mana viper, of course. Yep, we're doing great. There we go. We killed all the things. Alright. See if I can let you go. Thank you for hanging out with me for an hour and a half. So wait, before I let you go, let's figure out some sort of subsequent plan. Maybe we could do like a game night or something with the wives as well. What do you think about like a Jackbox game night or something?
I don't even know what that means,
Oh.
but
I think you'll like it then. Yeah, it's fun. It's like party game. It's like a party, um, like a variety of games in the vein of Cards Against Humanity,
Mhm.
trivia style games, and you can play it remotely.
Gotcha.
Well, I'll get back in touch with you and see whether we can get back together sometime soon.
Of course.
All right, thank you
Let's
so
do
much
it.
for the time.
Love to
Thank
see
you for
your-
hanging out with me this evening while I was here solo dadding.
Yeah.
I didn't have one occasion where I
glad
had
you
to run
didn't die.
upstairs. I didn't die either. Well, I did die that one time as the octopus.
Yeah, that's my fault. I put you in that scenario.
Wow.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. Everybody chooses the octopus. I always say, "Hey, choose one of these," and everybody's like, "The octopus, obviously." That's
Maybe you should next time just say like choose something except the octopus.
well, I will say everybody else has chosen the octopus. So like, why don't we get a little bit creative here? So okay, I'm gonna hang out and continue playing through for another hour or so. You're free to hang. I mean, we can hang out if you want to, or I can say goodnight.
I think it's time for me to go to bed.
Okay, it's nice seeing you, and I will unshare. Turn my camera back on for a minute so I can say bye. Bye, bud. All right, I'll try to keep
Thanks
in
for
touch.
letting
I'll
me
talk
do
to you
this.
soon. And send me messages and stuff on like Sunday during when the Lions manifested
I will
win
do.
happens. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. Cool. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, I'm gonna stay here and continue this game and see how far I can get, and see whether or not I can get this win out of this summoner. Or I think I heard Jesse come home. Kill those frogs. Ooh, spider. Jesus. Don't want any more stuff, so I think I will go upstairs. Jesus! No! I don't get it. Oh well, that's the end of the game.